I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal for how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was called with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. Soul bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcast it like hey ya.
Yo, what's good, party peoples in the place to be? It's your man's Uncle Freezing. What's good? What's good, what's good, what's good, what's good? Yo, it's raining, excuse me. It's raining cats and dogs outside, man. It's coming down. Cuts, Knicks, and Knicks, what's good? It is coming down outside, yo. I hear where I'm at, and you know what I'm saying, in the southeast, it's coming down. It's raining cats and dogs. The hurricane is bearing down on us. But you know what? We gonna hang in there. We gonna rock. Tom, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, man? It's a Wednesday morning. Man, ready to talk about these Knicks. Yeah. You know, Elsa passed job, man. Hey, I'm in South Carolina, so you already know what we dealing with off top. You already know. As soon as I walked outside this morning, I was like, yeah, it's gonna be one of them days, man. It's going to be one of them days where, you know what I'm saying, this is going to be one of them days, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. What's today, Thursday? Hey, Miss Mocha, today, Thursday? It's Thursday all day today. Okay. I was just informed that not only is it Thursday, that it's going to be Thursday all day long. Okay. All right. All right. That was awesome. Maybe I'm a day behind. Maybe. But anyway, let's talk about these Knicks. Man. All right. So before I shoot down a lot of this oh man, what? Okay. Oh, wait. Let me get okay. This rain is doing something to me, man. Does rain make y'all sleepy? Man? So, but anyway, before I shoot down the Lonzo Ball to the Knicks thing, I want to see I'm interested to see what it is that y'all think, right? The Knicks are gonna get a point guard this offseason. I know this, right? Right? The Knicks are gonna get a point guard this offseason. Right. But this Lonzo Ball to the Knicks thing, to me, seems like something's out of place. Right. Something is not quite right. Lonzo Ball to the Knicks, something is not quite right. Right? Is it that Lonzo Ball's not a fit for us? Jay Boogie, what's good? The Cayenne Kid is in the building. What's good? Jay Boogie. Jay Boogie is wow. Yo, we getting the same thing, boss. That's what I'm saying. That's why I can't get it together. Jay Boogie, listen, Jay Boogie, hey, not only is it coming down, it's steady. It's not like this whoosher rain. It's just like rhythmic, like a steady rhythmic rain. And I'm trying to get myself together. And yo, nah. I'm sorry. I'm right here by the window. The window is right there, right? And you could just hear it hit the window pane. Like, like, Mom, do I have to go to school today? Yeah, get out of here and go to school. Yo, what's good? Kanye Kid's in the building. Keyshawn is in the building. What's good? So this Lonzo Ball thing to the Knicks, right? I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know if it's the money or if it's the system fit, or if it's the Knicks not needing distractions this early in their rebuild, or maybe they just have their heart set on another guy, but something just doesn't feel right. And I was here at the trade deadline, like, yo, y'all better get him. Y'all better get him. And we didn't get him. And you know what? I kind of grew out of it. I kind of grew out of the Lonzo Ball to the Knicks thing. There's a Knicks content creator out there. I see you, boss. And I know you watching the video. So I'm going to say this to make you laugh. I'm gonna say this to make you laugh. This is just me speaking to another Knicks content creator who's got a crush on Lonzo Ball, and he knows who he is. You know me, all the what's the thing you gotta all the etiquettes and stuff, I throw all that out the window. I don't care. We do this for fun, bro. We do this for fun, right? So there's a Knicks content creator out there. I was in a fantasy football league with him one year, and he wouldn't trade me nothing. He's not from the New York area, right? I think he's from the West Coast, right? And I was in a fantasy football league with him. The dude is the coolest. The dude is like salt of the earth, bro. And like we watch his videos and stuff, and his videos are super tight and dope. And I want y'all to subscribe to his channel. You know what I'm saying? Because subscribe to his channel and make sure y'all like all of his videos. Because the dude works hard. He's a professional, like a pro, like a pro's pro, right? But he make it look so easy. You think it's like, nah, he ain't really is he a professional? Making it look that easy? Yeah, he's a professional, right? Like he does like his hustle like hustle number one is media, right? And so his side hustle, this right here, the Knicks and NBA basketball and all that stuff, he is so good at it, he make it look easy. Sometimes he take it easy on us, you know what I'm saying? Because he can get fanned. But anyway, hey, shout out to my man CK2K, because he's got like the biggest Lonzo Ball crush you have ever seen, right? You like, yo, he could talk about whatever, and then somehow Lonzo Ball sneaks into his stuff, right? And so, anyway, I wanted to throw like a little funny little shot at him, a funny little jab. Yo, D is balling. What's good? Yeah, hey, Rick V, you're right, Rick V. Salute to CK2K. You know what I'm saying? The dude has got like the biggest crush you ever seen in your life on a Lonzo Ball New York Knicks union. Like, if it happens, what do you do after that? You know how you want something to happen so bad that when it happens, you're like, okay, now that it's happened, what do you do after that? Right? Like my neighbor has one of those souped up loud pickup trucks, right? My neighbor, man, I love my neighbor, right? My neighbor, man, my neighbor is salt of the earth, man. He got a garden. He give us stuff out of his garden. Hey, man, it's crazy, right? But he got like a souped up monster pickup truck, right? And every time it crank up, yo, Spree the Knicks, what's good? But every time he crank up the truck, it drives my little doggy crazy. And my dog is like half pug, half something. We don't know. He was a rescue, right? And my dog, sometimes I'll call him. Sometimes Real King is in the building, and my dog, sometimes I'll call him Tupac, right? In my mind, not out in public. I'll call him by his real name, you know. I call him Pop because he's living that pug life. He's a pug life, baby. I'm hopeless. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's my little inside joke, right? Because that's, pug life. So anyway, every time my neighbor crank up his truck, my dog would lose it. I mean, when I say lose it, y'all hear him when his girlfriend come outside. Now, Gaston, Tupac, my little dog, pug life, is about this high, right? Like legit this high, right? Not big at all. Medium-sized dog, medium frame, you know what I'm saying? And his girlfriend next door is a retired German Shepherd police dog. Huge, right? And when she come outside, she'll start barking. And I could be talking about how the Knicks run the Spanish pick and roll using two picks up top. And one pick guy rolls to the basket. And Derrick Rose comes around the screen and he passes to neither the popper nor the roller, but dribbles behind the roller and takes a floater. I'll be talking about that, right? I'll be breaking that down, right? I know what I see when I see Derrick Rose running the Knicks offense, right? I know what I'm looking at. Like, I know when Derrick Rose sees the guy take off, he's going to take off behind the guy, right? Like a halfback dive, right? It's just what it is, right? And then he's going to get to about 15 feet and look to launch that floater with his right hand. And it's money. It's money, right? I know that. But while I'm doing that, my dog is losing his mind because his girlfriend, that is like 8 times taller than him, is outside barking. You know what I'm saying? And guys, they got to go out there and be like, yo, Uncle Freeze, you see my girl outside, man? What's happening? You in here talking about 32-year-old point guard who don't pass. Why y'all even call him a point guard? He ain't no point guard. He just a scorer. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right. Why you call him a point guard? He basically a Lou Williams. I'm like, oh, all right, okay. All right, Gas, and I got you. But when my neighbor truck crank up, Gas, he lose it. Like, legit, he won't even go up to the truck until it's rolling. Y'all ever saw a dog chase a car? Y'all ever saw that? I'm like, Gas, if you catch the car, what are you going to do with it? Right? Gas, my little pug, if you catch the truck, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? Right? I'm like, Gas, you going to chase him. You're going to chase the truck. But when you catch it, what in the world are you going to do with it? And it kind of remind me of my man, you know what I'm saying, doing the breakdown the Knicks videos. He be talking about RJ Barrett or blah blah, and you could see his joint in the background is like Lonzo Ball to the Knicks or bust, like a presidential campaign or something. Like Lonzo Ball to the Knicks or bust. Yo, but man, it's hilarious. And shout out to my guy. He wouldn't trade with me in the fantasy football league. He wouldn't trade with me, right? He wouldn't trade. But, you know, I guess I wouldn't want Uncle Freezy to win either, because Uncle Freezy will talk about everything. Like, if I'm winning, when we do this fantasy football league coming up, and I'm talking about the Blorangetears fantasy football league, I want to do one with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, when we do this fantasy football league, whenever, yo, trust, I'm talking noise to y'all, calling you out by name. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? White Falcon is in the building. What's good? Hey, White Falcon, what's good? Thought you liked Ben Simmons. You can't have Ben Simmons and Lonzo Ball, right? And so here's my thing. I think part of the reason why I think we're not getting Lonzo is because money, right? It's easier to build a team through the draft than it is to build a team through free agency, right? It's easier to build a team through the draft than it is. Yo, Boost Mobile is in the building. What's good, Boost Mobile? Boost Mobile is like, yo, I'm busting out. I'm getting out of the comment section and I'm getting in here in the virtual chat. Yo, shout out to our guy, Boost Mobile. That's real talk. Boost Mobile be holding it down in the comments, yo. Hey, Boost Mobile, thank you, man, for the work you be doing supporting the family, man. That's huge. That's huge. And he don't even be saying his name. He don't even be asking for credit either. He don't even be like, yo, I be in the comments, nobody never shout me out. He just be down there, just be rocking, just be grinding. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Boost Mobile, man. You know what I'm saying? Salute. King J in the building. What's good? King J says, only want Lonzo if we get Kawhi. Wow. The Kanye Kid says, we got Luka. Don't sleep on that boy. Hey. I didn't say I was sleeping on him, man. I ain't say hey. What I was saying about Luka is, I understand he's got a resume, but I'd like to see him in MSG. How about that? King J says, when healthy, Kawhi is a top 5 player. Yes. Yes, and it's not even, man, listen. And number 3, 4, 6, and 7 better watch out, right? When Kawhi Leonard is healthy and rested, ain't too many players better than him. Excuse me. Right? Right? So I'm gonna get on the soapbox real quick. And it's not just because I feel like what I'm saying is absolutely right, but it's more like I'd like to see the Knicks go in this direction. Right? Right? What I would say to you is, if the Knicks wind up with some combination of, where's my pen? There it is. Let me write this down. I'm gonna write this down, and I want to get y'all thoughts on it too. If the Knicks get some combination of this, I will be ecstatic, and I think the Knicks' long-term future. I think the Knicks' long-term future will be in capable hands. One of them I don't think we're going to get just because his stock is skyrocketing. So if the Knicks get Kai Jones, remember this name, Kai Jones, Trey Mann, Sharif Cooper, Trey Murphy, BJ Boston, and Josh Christopher, I think we'll win. We'll start once those dudes develop in 1 to 2 years. The sky's gonna be the limit. I think we're gonna win anywhere between 2 and 4 championships in the next, say, 5 to 10 to 12 years. What's good? Hey, CWC, what's good? No, hey, D, I said a combination of those. I said a combination of those now. Now, what I said, I named 6 players, and we have 4 draft picks. And I don't know if we're going to draft all 4 guys. So what I'm saying is a combination of those. If we get 3 of those, if we get Trey Murphy, Trey Mann, and BJ Boston, I think we're in high cotton. Right? I think we'll be in high cotton. Off rip. You heard me. And it's not because I think those guys, that group, will win a chip. What I'm saying is how they'll be complementary to what we already have. Aha. Complementary to what we already have. Uh-huh. That's where the championships come in. Because you have Julius Randle, who's playing the role of the alpha right now, and he's probably more suited to be a number 2. I don't co-sign to that whole Julius Randle is a number 3 option thing on a championship team. I don't believe in that. I think Julius Randle is a capable 1 if your 2 is good. If you have a good 2 and 3, Julius Randle can be a good 1, right? But if you find a better 1, Julius Randle is an excellent 2. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm telling you. What I'm saying is this. If just say for the sake of argument, the Knicks trade for Brandon Ingram, right? And the Knicks rotation is Trey Mann, RJ Barrett, Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson at center, Sharif Cooper, Trey Murphy, BJ Boston, Emmanuel Quickly, Obi Toppin, Kevin Knox are your bench. I think you can do something with that. Right? I think you can do something with that. Right? I think that level of talent is superb because now you have high-end talent at all 5 positions. You have high-end talent at all positions, right? You can't double team Julius Randle. D is chilling. What's good? What's good, boss?
What's up, Freeze?
Hey, man.
Top of the morning.
Hey, man. Top of the top, bro. Top of the top. So what I'm saying is a roster of and so what I'm gonna put it on the screen.
You said Trey Mann. So you said in a perfect world, Trey Mann. Who was the other one?
You mean the draft scenario or the rotation scenario?
No, your hypothetical draft scenario.
Any combination of Kai Jones, Trey Mann, Sharif Cooper, Trey Murphy, BJ Boston, or Josh Christopher.
Okay, now what if we only take 2? Who would be your 2 out of that crop?
You got to get Cooper or Mann.
Yes.
And Trey Murphy.
Yes. Okay, good.
Right. And so here's the reason why you have to get Trey Murphy. Why Trey Murphy is a necessity. The explosiveness from a dude that's 6'9" is ridiculous. Right? Not just verticality or foot speed. Because what happens is people think athleticism is only one or the other. Like, oh my God, did you see how fast he is? Or did you see how agile he is?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, but when somebody is agile, dexterous, vertical, fast, you're talking about an elite human being. Mm-hmm. Right? Now you're talking about an elite human. Like for instance, Dominique Wilkins, right, mm-hmm. was one of the most explosive leapers you ever saw in your life, right? You ain't never seen, you rarely saw a dude that can shoot a jumper from top of the key, miss, and then race to the basket, jump over the top of everybody for the rebound, and yam on 3 people.
Mm-hmm.
They called him the human highlight film.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because he could do stuff at 6'8", 210 or 6'8", 215 or whatever he was. Right? Yeah. He could do stuff at that size that you only saw from dudes that
Julius.
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
This dude, you could legit ask yourself, who was more athletic? Dr. J or Dominique Wilkins? That's a conversation, bro.
Yeah, that's debatable right there.
That's a bit because automatically you would say it's Dr. J. Are you crazy?
No, watch some Dominique film.
Right. So now you're like, oh my God. So while I'm not calling Trey Murphy Dominique Wilkins or Dr. J, what I'm saying is when you put your eyes on super, like Josh Christopher, superior athletes, bro. Somebody like for instance, I give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Mitchell Robinson is fast in a straight line, and it's almost uncanny for a 7'1" individual to be that fast in a straight line, right? Okay. He can also jump. He's a leaper, right? But is he agile side to side?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, laterally.
Yeah, right. Is he dexterous? Like can he contort and do stuff like that? Now you're like, nah, not Mitch. Nah, you know, Mitch ain't that guy. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he's good. He's decent for his size, right? But when you're talking about, you know, is he agile though? Can he, you know?
Yeah, it's not on a level of Sean Kemp or Dominique or stuff of that nature.
Right. No doubt. And so then that brings me back to Trey Murphy, who, while Trey Murphy is not the most explosive athlete you ever seen at 6'9", or the fastest in terms of foot speed, or the most dexterous, or the most agile, he ranks so high in those other categories that the combination of all makes him like the athlete that you want to have on your roster. Right?
And most importantly, too, he also fits our modern NBA as far as he could space the floor. He could put the ball on the floor a bit. He could guard his position. He can guard 1, 2, and 3. So
right. Because he looks more at 6'9", he looks more like a shooting guard than he does a small forward. But in today's NBA, he's gonna have to play on that wing, bro. At his height, at his size, he's gonna have to guard small forwards and some power forwards at his size. He's gonna have to do it. It's the NBA.
And I think he's more than capable.
But when you tell a Knicks fan, hey, here's a guy that's 6'9", right? That's more of a guard, really? Like, because he's got guard skills and agility, right? At 6'9", Knicks will be like, oh, we drafted 1 6'9" dude and he had a low motor. Hey, all 6'9" dudes
him.
are right. All 6'9" dudes are not built the same. Trust me. Because Obi Toppin is 6'9" and Kevin Knox is 6'9", right? Or they say, right? They say, you know, he's 6'9" or whatever. But Obi's athleticism versus Kevin Knox's athleticism, you're looking at two different human beings, bro.
Well, he just has a better basketball attitude on the court as well.
Yeah.
I mean, and amidst a whole bunch of other stuff as well, but yeah.
Right. And then, so here's the thing that I want to impress upon Knicks fans that don't know who the kid is. So he's a very good athlete, right? And then in the ACC, the toughest basketball conference, or traditionally the toughest basketball conference, the dude shot 50, 40, 90.
Yeah. He shot, I think, 48% on catch and shoot, or 46 or something like that. Yeah.
Bro, and Knicks fan, listen, I'm trying to talk to a Knicks fan. Is there a Knicks fan in the house? Did y'all hear what I said? An athlete that shot 50, 40, 90. Right? And while that sounds like me hyping this kid up beyond what he actually is, I'm not saying he's going to be a savior. I'm not saying this dude should be the number 1 pick in the draft. I'm not saying that this dude is going to come in right away to the NBA and score 20 points a game. But what I am saying is, with all the holes that we have on our roster, like shot creation, defenders, and I'm talking about creating his own shot, not for others, because he ain't going to create no offense for nobody else now. I mean, he'll play within the offense, but he's not going to be a high assist total guy, in my opinion. He ain't going to break down the thing, call a certain set in order to get. He ain't going to do all of that. But his own shot, he has the ability to do so. Right.
I mean, he's a definite upgrade over what we have at that position.
Over Reggie Bullock?
Yeah, and Burke.
Oh, gee. Oh, come on. That's is rain wet. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I agree with you, D, on that. The upgrade at the position, easy. It's easy. Yeah, easy upgrade over Reggie Bullock. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about Bullock is his defense was more energy than results. and his offense was more complimentary than
very on and off, very inconsistent.
Yeah, right. When teams made adjustments, he was gone. Like when they say,
no, I was just going to say that, and another thing too, like people kind of like pump up his defense a little bit. He's a good on-ball defender, but he's not like a lockdown. Like, it's not like, oh shit, Reggie Bullock's on you 20 feet away from the basket, and you're gonna have to pick up the ball. Like, no, that's not the truth.
And the numbers, and here's the irony: the numbers say that Julius Randle is a better defender than Reggie Bullock.
You know what I thought was the greatest improvement from Randle this season? Last season, his defense.
Right.
His defense really improved, man.
Right. Hey, salute Jay Williams. What's good?
But yeah, so look, man. And here's another thing that like gets on me a little bit. Like, you got guys talking about trading pieces and stuff like that, moving up in the draft, right? And nobody's even scouted these players.
Right.
Guys are saying things, haven't even looked at these guys. Because I remember it was a couple of days ago. I said, okay, so you want to do that? And I said, okay, so who are you taking with the 10th? Right. And all of a sudden there was crickets. Nobody said anything.
Right. Hey, big dog, I'm telling you, this thing, trade up in the draft, and then you get there, and then the best player on the board is Corey Kispert. You know what I'm saying? Come on. I'm trading up for Corey Kispert.
And then somebody mentioned Booknight, or however you say his name. And I'm like, okay, I like him because of his shot creating ability. But he doesn't address the things that we need.
Right.
So it just kind of just sounds like I saw a video or two. I really like how this guy look. I think we should get him.
Right. And then plus, you know how buzzwords drive narratives, right? Like buzzwords drive. And so Booknight,
like 3-and-D.
Yeah. Like people say, oh man, we need to run more pick and roll. Man, the Knicks run a lot of pick and roll, but you have to listen to what you said. You said pick and roll, right? So they like, we need to improve on the pick and roll, and then so when they say that, they don't understand that this person setting the pick is a big. And the person that's rolling is a big, right? And if your big is whacked in the pick and roll, it's not going to work.
Right.
Right? You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm trying to tell Knicks fans are like, we need a point guard so we can run the pick and roll. Okay. You get
so did you just take a shot at Mitch?
Nah. I'm taking a shot at Norvell Pell, at Nerlens Noel, and Taj Gibson.
Okay.
Right. That's what I'm taking a shot at. And so they say, go get Damian Lillard so we can have a better pick and roll. Bro, you can have Moses from Egypt running the pick and roll. But if you pick, if the person setting the pick is not a good screen setter, everything is off. And if he's not a good roller, everything is off. And if he can't catch the ball in traffic, guess what? Everything is off, right? So what are we even talking about there? You know what I mean? I'm saying we got to have some, and so the buzzwords are basically what I'm saying. We got to be careful of, especially when we describe cats like James Bouknight, because he's more raw than what people realize. He started playing basketball in 9th grade.
No, but Freezy, he's a walking bucket. I think what you're trying to say is that his understanding of how to read the game and stuff of that nature is lacking. But as far as him having the ball in his hand and getting himself a shot, that guy's a bucket.
I know this. I know this. But what I'm telling you is we have a guy in the same role that have the same deficiencies that we drafted last year. And they're about the same size. So what do we do with the guy that we drafted last year? If you get Bouknight, who was listed at 6'5", But at the combine, they say he's 6'3.5". Right.
Yeah, this is Sharif was 6'4", 6'3", 6'1".
Right. And so if you get a book night, what do you do with Quickly? Do you play them together? Who's gonna be the facilitator?
Oh, Freezy, that move doesn't even make sense with the current constructed roster.
And Boost Mobile, listen, I understand that he's got high upside, but what I'm saying is, what do you do with both until both reach their upside? Because Quickly has high upside also.
Sure does.
You know what I'm saying? Quickly, Thibodeau said, I saw an interview in the preseason, right? Tibbs said, they were like, are you impressed? And I'm paraphrasing what the reporter said.
Mm-hmm.
The reporter said, have you been impressed by the rookies? Tom Thibodeau laughed. He's like, oh. Quickly, he's like, IQ is one of the best shooters I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it startled me too, because Tibbs, it startled him when he was about to say, he was like, oh, Quickly is one of the best shooters I've seen. Right? And I was like, what? Because we had no idea who Quickly was going to be in the pros. I knew he was a decent scorer. I knew he had a dope floater. I knew he had a lot of stuff going on coming out of college, right? I knew he was SEC Player of the Year and all that stuff.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to be so confident with the ball.
Right.
And that was because Kentucky didn't use him that way.
Bro.
So it was something we just couldn't see on that scouting report unless we were following him since high school.
Right. Yeah. Quickly is a gem, right? But if you have a gem here, if you have a 6'3" gem here in a role coming off the bench, just being a scorer, because his facilitating skills are not up, why are you going to bring in another guy at similar size to do the same thing?
Yeah, with a similar game, right?
Right.
And I think Quickly understands the game better than Book Night.
Right. And so while when I watch Book Night does not know how to pass because he don't know how to position his body yet. He don't know how to manipulate the defense so he can get easier passes.
He can't even read the damn defense.
Right. Because, and part of that is because it's so easy for him to score.
Right.
But at the same time, if we get Book Night, what are we gonna do with him?
Now,
are you gonna play him and IQ together? Neither has decent defense yet, and both are kind of smallish.
And I think Quickly will get better.
Yeah,
you know, he has good metrics. He wasn't bad. You know, I just didn't like the way he operated off the screen.
Right.
But as far as on ball, he wasn't bad.
My only deal with Quickly is I saw him turn the corner off the screen and Obi would already be open with his hand up. His outside hand would already be up. And part of this has to do with Obi being more athletic than most guys who's going to play every night.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But in a situation where, think about this, because coaches teach you to rub your outside shoulder on the man so that the defender gets physical contact with the screen. So you rub your screen, you know what I'm saying? And you
there's a simpler way of stating that law. Your shoulders, hips, and feet have to be on the side of the defender's shoulders, hips, and feet.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Bam. Y'all heard that. Y'all heard D break it down. Right? Y'all heard it. Mm-hmm. Right? And so when Quickly does that, Obi is already open, like, yo, throw it to the corner of the back. Because what I was taught in high school is when you throw in the lob in traffic, you throw it to the outside corner of the backboard, right? That's what you now don't throw it over. Don't be ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Don't be, you know what I'm saying? I mean, but put it towards that corner, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the lob catcher, if he don't catch it and dunk it, you just don't run it no more. Because all he has to do is go up there and get it.
And dunk it, right?
Right, because he knows the angle and he knows where the ball is going. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the reason why Mitch catches so many lobs, because fundamentally you just throw it to the outside corner of the backboard, and
Mm-hmm.
the lob catcher is supposed to go get it and throw it down.
Right.
So, Subliminal 209 was good. Right? Was good. Frederick was good.
So you're saying that Quickly doesn't have that court vision? Is that what you're getting at?
I'm saying it was hard for Obi and Quickly to get on the same page, because when Quickly came around that screen, his first thought was to throw up the floater, which he led the college of number of floater makes and percentage.
Correct.
Right? And so his naturally he wants to throw up the floater. Naturally, Obi wants to throw down that lob in traffic.
Right. Okay.
So it's a
listen, you're saying something that I think revolves around the bigger issue, and this was talked about yesterday. I talked about Iran, and it was said that because he had a whole topic on Knox, and the answer was my answer was that the interesting thing about Knox is that this was the first season he was involved with like a structured coaching staff.
Right.
So it's a possibility, and supposedly they signed him to an option this year and stuff like that. So he could be trade bait. Not sure, but the point is that it'll be interesting to see how Knox comes out this season, right? But that all doesn't mean anything, right? And this goes with Obi. This goes with Mitch. I think it goes with RJ. If we don't have a playmaker, and I don't care if he's 6'10", 6'9", 6'1", that can just get guys in their spots, create for themselves and create for others, we're not going to be able to unlock the potentiality of what this team could really do.
Right. No, I'm 100% with you.
Right. And I think, we could go over these guys and I even put Knox on that. Let's see if, and I think that should be considered with the backup point guard as well.
Right.
We need a backup. Like, for example, Denver had that guy from Argentina, I believe.
Campuzzo.
Right. Correct. And before Jamal Murray went down, right, he did a magnificent job. He still did a good job as a starter PG. But he did a magnificent job of setting up that bench and getting guys in their spots and getting them their shots and stuff like that. We need intelligence like that. And like I said, it doesn't have to be 6'1" point guard. It could be a 6'10", 6'9", 6'7" guy. I'm just saying, I think we need more players like that. We need more cerebral players that are able to make guys' lives easier and make defenses have nightmares.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, no doubt, bro, no doubt. And so the thing with me is I saw, and I keep referencing this play we saw in the playoffs, where RJ Barrett backed up about 5 feet and then took off in a straight line, beat his man off the dribble. The weak side defender collapsed towards RJ, right? Because he wanted to ice the screen and force RJ Barrett back the other way. But before he could get his feet set and turn to face RJ zoomed in a bounce pass to Derrick Rose cutting on the baseline. Because the one or two things is going to happen. When that weak side defender leaves, either Derrick Rose is going to stay in the corner or shoot the three, or he's going to take off. But you have to be definitive. Because when RJ Barrett sees you, as soon as he sees you do go in a motion, right, he's going to be ready to throw that pass to you. Or as soon as you stand up straight and put your hands up, he's going to know you're staying in the corner. Right? So Derrick Rose takes off. RJ Barrett throws a bounce pocket pass to D Rose, and him slap dead in the hands. And Derrick Rose was like, ooh, and then he gathered it and tried to go up strong with it and got fouled, right? And the first thing he did was people were trying to dap him up. He's like, no, where RJ at? He went straight to RJ Barrett and was like, yo,
my bad.
That's on me. That is on me. I didn't anticipate you being able to read that, but you did.
Right.
And so the reason why I keep bringing that up is because the young kids, they have an understanding for the game. They have a raw. It's like when your kids, your sixth grade kids come home with their math homework, right? And they like, yeah, this is what I got for my math homework. And then the adults in the room are like, what, y'all doing this in sixth grade? I didn't do this till 10th grade.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I can't even remember what this is. Like the veterans, because the veterans, they probably depend more on chemistry than fundamentals. The college kids get taught fundamentals, and then they try to bring it along. And the veterans depend on, yeah, I know Julius like to do such and such in this spot right here. You know what I'm saying? They like to audible and do things. That's why, the veteran, that's why when you see, say, Julius Randle and Reggie Bullock starts off in the corner, and as soon as Julius Randle starts to get in his bag, the double team come, Reggie Bullock always rotates around the perimeter to Julius Randle for the three, right? Right. Ideally, you would like for that to be a point guard or a superior ball handler, because
to get into the teeth of the defense. Right.
The fundamental play would be, have your ball handler rotate around. That way, if the defense comes for Randall and he can't find anybody, he can always kick it back out to the person on the perimeter who can give it back to him if the double team leaves, or that person can take off and create offense for others. But in our offense, Reggie Bullock is that guy that rotates around because Julius Randle can trust him to be in that spot.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so what I understand what you're saying is that we need a more cohesive offensive scheme.
Right.
And we need more players that could be able to put players in the right positions when the defense breaks down.
Right. And so what I'm getting at is I think we do need more playmakers, but what I also think we need to do is Black University, what's good? And so what I'm saying is we need to have the young guys play together more and get more experience because they just been, these dudes they haven't learned enough bad habits yet. Right? They hadn't learned how to do things the wrong way because when vets have been in the league 10 years, they pick up a lot of experience, but some of that is bad habits too. I'm gonna call it bad habits. Most people call it experience. Not all of it is bad habits, but a lot of it. You like, why is Reggie Bullock the outlet guy on a double team when he can't dribble or pass?
For real.
Right. Well, why is Kevin Knox in a dunker spot when he's a shooter? Kevin Knox is not a lob threat. That's the thing I was telling you, man. A guy came on the show and he said that to me. He was like, Uncle Freezy, look, the reason why Obi Toppin looks lost is because he learned a high level of offense from Anthony Grant at Dayton. And Anthony Grant might wind up being an NBA coach at some point, right? But he learned a high level of offense from Anthony Grant, and then he gets to the Knicks, and everything is primary, elementary. Dudes in the wrong spots. You got Taj Gibson in the corner for three. Nerlens Noel at the top of the key for three. Mitch at the top of the key for three in an offense. Why is Mitch up here?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Kevin Knox in the short corner dunker spot. He ain't going to be physical enough to dunk no ball in no traffic. What do you do?
And sometimes those bigs on the top of the key could be used as a pass threat, and Mitch is not a pass threat. Neither is Noel.
or a screen threat.
Right.
But they don't screen well.
Right.
So it's like all these different things. People are saying, yo, we need to get D'Antoni as an assistant coach. Nah, bro. What we need to do is get personnel in here that can dribble, pass, and shoot.
For real, please. Yeah, I hear you. And
Taj Gibson is our best screener, right? Without, it's not even close. Taj Gibson is the best. He sets the most rock solid screen, right? But he's not fast enough no more to be a roll man. Yeah. So now you got the screen set, but he can't make it to the basket.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're going to see, man, because, we're going to see on draft night free agency in the direction where this team wants to go and how they want to have an idea of what type, because I'm sorry, that last in pace stuff, that last in shots attempt, that last in assists, that can't fly this season.
Right. At some point, you got to reward a team that plays defense with easy baskets. That's how it's supposed to be reciprocated. It's supposed to. Hey, do you remember the UNLV Running Rebels?
Yeah, of course.
Larry Johnson, Stacey Augman, Anderson Hunt,
Greg Anthony.
Yeah. And the white kid, I forget the white kid name, but he was tough.
We always forget the white kid.
The little white dude. Like you always forget he out there until he get wide open for three. And you're like, oh, how you leave him open? But yeah, and Spencer and all them guys. But Tarkanian was like, yo, I will let you run to your heart's content if you run this morphing 2-3, this matchup 2-3 zone. Back then they called it the Amoeba D because nobody was running a matchup 2-3 zone, right? It was like, what? It looks like when you looking at it from TV, it looks like an amoeba in a petri dish. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, all these, it's all with. You know what I'm saying? It's not this. It wasn't the classic 2-3. It's not Jim Boeheim, right? When dudes come through the zone, you stay with him until he leaves. Like you legit follow him and then recover. But you had to have elite athletes to do that. You just couldn't have Jims and Joes, right? You had to have elite level athletes to do it. And so
right. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It only worked because of the personnel.
Right. And so Talk was like, man, if y'all run my defense like the way I want it, y'all can run all night long.
Yep.
Right? And there were other teams that were doing it in the convention. Arkansas, right, was doing it. With Nolan Richardson was doing it in a conventional way. We're gonna press you all the way up the floor and then trap you in the half court. And we learned that in 6th grade, right?
Even before that.
Yeah. That's something we learned. Andre Bryant. It's like the things you learn. And if that's how your ball handlers learn how to be ball handlers, because you press them and trap them, and then the kids that couldn't do it, you benched them, and the kids that could do it, blah blah blah, right? And so, man, what you playing NHL?
Nah, I'm playing some 2K, just fucking around.
Oh, you playing 2K? Okay. All right.
Whistle.
Yeah. But the thing about defense though is the cats that play defense, you got to reward them. You can't just say play defense and we're gonna win a low scoring game. It's the reason why the New York Giants only won 2 Super Bowls. Phil Parcells didn't reward them with nothing, so dude stayed hurt and dude would leave. Right,
dude. And how many times on the fast break last year, right, when we would play good defense and cause a turnover in transition? How many times did we F up that damn fast break?
In the playoffs, Reggie Bullock traveled twice on a fast break. One time by himself, and one time it was him and Alec Burks, and he was going to pass the ball to Alec Burks, and Alec Burks wasn't open, so he just kept it and ran the ball like he was Walter Payton.
There was so many times that Mitch was open for lobs. Obi ran the floor very well. Nova Ward. I remember Austin Rivers literally looking at the dude for like 2 dribbles and then just not giving it to him.
And just not giving it to him, right?
RJ too, and that's why RJ would be a little selfish sometimes on the break because it's like, yo, like you're not looking me out,
right, and it's Tim's fault. That right there is Tim's fault. Because pace is a coaching thing, right? Because I played at a school called Dickinson in Jersey City, right?
You played at Dickinson, really?
Yes.
Oh, you did? Yeah, I'm like literally half a mile from there.
Get out of here.
Yep.
Yo, it's a small world, B. Are you serious?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm like a half a mile. I live in Union City now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
But Dickinson's always been trash, though. But go ahead, continue.
So while we used to lose to when I was there, we used to lose to I got accepted.
Y'all were playing St. Anthony's and St. Mary's, and right, yeah.
And so we were playing Academic, Ferris, Bayonne, Maris, St. Anthony's, St. Aloysius. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So Mr. Marcellus, our coach, was like, yo, every time we get a rebound, he'd be like, slow it down. And I'm like, and at the time that I was playing, the Showtime Lakers was the team to beat.
Right. Y'all was trying to run and gun. Yeah,
we wanted to be. So every time we get a rebound, like I was taught, right, in our offense, get a rebound and get it to the guard up the sideline. Mm-hmm. Get it to the guard up the sideline. Everybody else run the floor. The guard will get it, and if it's something there, he'll push it. And then if it's nothing there, he want to force it, he'll get in the middle of the floor and make the defense. You know what I'm saying? All this fundamental basketball stuff, but blah, blah, blah. But the thing about it is, our first 5 practices, he wouldn't even put a basketball on the floor. We had to learn defense, right? We had to learn defense, right? And then when we did get the ball put on the floor, it was he'd do, he'll have 2 lines on the baseline, right? And he'd be at the free throw line, turning the other way, and he would roll the ball on the floor, and you had to race the other guy to the ball and dive on the floor and get it. And whoever got the basketball, they would be finished with the drill, but whoever lost had to get back in line.
Oh wow!
You know what I'm saying? So now it's like it's do or die. It's do or die for this thing. This basketball is do or die. Like nobody else is supposed to have it except us. You don't turn it over, and you don't let them win the 50-50 balls. Period. Right. But at the same time, we would never get rewarded for playing defense. And so dudes stopped showing up for practice.
Right.
Dudes was making excuses to miss games. And he would be like, man, this team has no heart. And the assistant coach was like, Coach, let them run. You killing them in practice. Let them run.
Right.
Let them try to dunk the basketball. If they miss, so what? They 9th graders. You know what I'm saying? Because no lie, Mr. Moss, because I had him as in 8th grade and 7th grade, and then because he taught at my elementary school, that's how come he knew me. And then so when I graduated, when I was about to leave 8th grade, he was like, "Yo, come to Dickinson, we got a spot for you." And I was like, "For real?" You're shorty or whatever.
Yeah, and
so he was, Coach was like, "Yo, Coach, man, you gotta lighten up, man." Because I remember we in the game, we were playing this school called Lincoln, right? We was playing Lincoln. Lincoln was beating the brakes off us, and I get a layup. Right? And I figured one of my favorite players that I know this is gonna sound great, but one of my favorite players was George Gervin, right? Because George Gervin had a poster, a Nike poster, where he was sitting on the ice throne. You know what I'm saying?
I know you talking about.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The Iceman coming. But anyway, George Gervin used to finger roll the ball way up in the air. Right?
Of course he did.
Right? and then it goes sky high and come down nothing, just right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did that against Lincoln, and listen, Mr. Marcellus bet me at half court and snatched me physically out the game.
Wow.
Physically snatched me out the game. Get Uncle Freezy, get over there on that bench and don't you move.
Mm-hmm.
And I said all that to say this. I think that's what Tibbs is doing with us with this roster.
To a certain degree, yeah, I agree.
Right. It's defense it's all defense. It's all defense, right? It's like all these defensive things, like, you know. And I know Tibbs is trying to establish a winning culture and all of that stuff, and he don't have no time, you know what I'm saying, for some goofy kid to do some stupid finger roll in a game they losing by 14. And if you lose about 14 in high school, bro, that's like losing by 30 in the NBA, right? Because but you know, Mr. Marcel like, get over there, Uncle Freezy, don't you move. But anyway, I think that's part of the thing with Tibbs, right? Yeah. And it's frustrating, man. Because Alfred Payton basically managed the slowest pace in the NBA, right? And the dude has the word "flash" tattooed on his arm, and nobody sees the irony.
Oh, I see that. So, look, I agree with you, and it did kind of look that way. But also, I think to Tibbs's, not to totally throw him off the boat, he didn't really have guys that could really put the ball on the floor and create like that for it to be more exciting. I think he was aware of the limitation of the playmaking ability on the team, and that's why he wanted to keep it slow. Because if you go ahead and run up and down with that squad, you would see sometimes it would happen sometimes, right? And you would see all of a sudden, like, we fall deficit to like 8-0 runs, 10-2 runs and stuff like that. Right. Because that team just wasn't equipped for that. Right. Now, I think Tibbs could have made life easy on himself on running some back doors and stuff like that within the offense just to keep the defense off balance. Right. But I won't totally throw him off the boat for that. But and this is the talk of what we have to improve this roster. Look, Atlanta was a perfect example. Atlanta has multiple guys that can put the ball on the floor, get their own shot, work in the pick and roll, make the right pass, and that made them very deadly to deal with. Okay? And look, defensively throughout the year, what would they rank defensively? They were like 16, 17, something like that, probably even worse.
Right. They were ranked 22 until Nate McMillan took over. Okay. And then they had like a top 5 defense and finished like 15. Right.
So and my point is that, and my point I was going to make was that in the playoffs, you would see them have some lapses sometimes, but when they needed a lockdown, they locked down.
Right. And they had the personnel to do it.
And correct. And we had that personnel. I thought we had that personnel as well. And I just thought that guys really bought into the team defense aspect. And, it worked. Right. But I agree with you, Freezy. I want my cake and I want to eat it. I want to play defense. And I want to get out on the break. Right? And I want to hit some threes. I want to throw down some ferocious dunks and make the crowd go wild. Right. And our half-court offense, we want synergy. So then everybody's moving and everybody's feeling the ball. And now we got lob threats. And now we got dudes taking dudes off the dribble and giving that beautiful dump off for a dunk. We want to see that. That's New York basketball. That's what I grew up on. Right. That's why I played AAU in 3 different states at a young age, because I was witnessing this basketball and fell in love with it.
Right. And so the thing is can you ask cats to do the thing that nobody else in the league wants to do, and that's play defense for 48 minutes at a high level, right? Yeah. Cats have played D. They if they down, they'll play some tough D. But who's playing tough D when you up by 17? Mm-hmm. Right? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Who's abiding by defensive principles? Who's who's not giving up backdoors when you up by 19 against the Minnesota Timberwolves, right? But Tibbs wants you to do that because he's trying to establish a culture, right? And so the thing with Thibodeau is if you're gonna ask that on one hand, you got to give these.
You got to reward them in the other end.
Yes.
Another thing that Tibbs would do too, Freezy, is that we'll be up like 16, 15 with like 4 minutes to go, 3 minutes to go. And I would literally just agonize and grunt. Why the hell is Julius Randle still out here?
Why the starters still in the game?
Why the hell is Derrick Rose still out here?
Right.
Let me see Kevin Knox for a couple of minutes. Let him get some burn.
Right. And we know what it is. He wanted to establish a winning culture, like not letting his foot off the gas. Like because he said that in the preseason. We lost to who did we lose to in the preseason? It had to be either Cleveland or Detroit, right? And we had like a huge lead. They came all the way back and beat us. And Tibbs was hot. Because he was like, yo, we had the game in hand. And we let our foot off the gas. They didn't even do nothing. Tibbs, you can see the look on Tibbs' face like they didn't even do nothing and won. We gave them a game. We cannot allow that to happen.
Freezy, everything's balanced. Everything is balanced in life, okay?
Right.
And if I'm coaching and I see that the opposing team has said, okay, we wrapped it up tonight. They whooped us. I got my second and third unit guys out there. Right. Why the hell is Tibbs still got his first unit guys out there? Nothing ain't happening with the lead.
Right. Like I'll give you an example. The Milwaukee game, the first Milwaukee game early in the season. Milwaukee was hot, and we were just piddle-paddling around, and we wound up beating the brakes off the Bucks. Remember that? We wound up. It was weird. It was like, even me, and I'm Mr. Optimistic when it comes to the Knicks.
You're a bit too optimistic.
Yeah. I'm like, I was like, yo, the Bucks might only beat us by 15. Yeah, cause you know what I'm saying? Because the Bucks, they was obliterating cats, right? And then they came in against the Knicks, who we was trying to figure out if Dennis Smith Jr. and Kevin Knox were rotation players, right? Early in the season, we was like, is Frank gonna get some minutes? It's what we thinking. We came out the gate like gangbusters on them, knocking down every three in sight on them, and we had a hugely so much that they took Giannis out in the third quarter. Budenholzer was like, I don't even know what happened tonight. Don't ask me about no game plan or no nothing. The Knicks caught fire and we were cold. It's just whatever. Just give the Knicks credit for that win. Right? I remember Bud was like, I can't explain it. I just can't explain it.
I hear you.
We came out and the Knicks, we took the Knicks for granted, and the Knicks just beat the brakes off us. But Tibbs was still reluctant with a 30-point lead against the Bucks. He was reluctant to play the bench.
Right.
And the same thing happened against the Celtics, the Kemba Walker return game on a Sunday afternoon. The 1 o'clock Sunday game. Kemba Walker returning from injury against the Celtics in the Garden. We up by 30. And Tibbs won't play the bench.
Oh yeah, Randall's still, what do you call that, a triple threat, and he's perfect. Like, yo, what's going on here, bro?
We about 30, and Randall's still getting double teamed, bro. Come on.
And you know what, Freezy? That's a trust thing because, when I was coaching, I would have a lot of kids come to my program, and the reason why was because they knew that if you were on my roster, there was a level of trust.
Right.
And they knew that you had a role, you had a responsibility, right? And I trust you to carry that out.
Right.
And that, that shows me that, Tom, if you're up 18 and the other team has put up the second and third unit guys, you're going to tell me that quickly Obi, Knox, Noel, or
And
Pell.
Burks, yeah.
And Burks are really going to relinquish that lead, bro, with 3 minutes left in the game?
Come on, Tibbs, man. Come on.
You got to be kidding me. So, look, I sometimes I have unpopular opinions, I guess.
Right.
And although I thought Tom did a good job with this team this year, as far as certain key things that you need to do in order to elevate your organization, you need an identity, you need structure, and 1 to 15 needs to know what they're doing. And I think he established that very well this year, and I think he did a good job for that. But come on, man, there was a lot of in-game adjustments that were not made.
Right.
There was a lot of substitutional patterns that were a little curious.
Right.
There was a lot of overplaying guys. There was a lot of not taking advantage of opposing teams' defensive weaknesses in certain parts of the game. So that's why I was saying that I wasn't really too high on him and winning Coach of the Year, because I would literally see these things. I would watch Phoenix, for example. I tell you, man, Monty was just on a different level on how he had these guys out there.
Right.
Just making the right in-game adjustments. Guys understanding when they come in exactly what's going on. Like I just saw it more refined in that sense. So I think Tom is good. And I think that they have a good coaching staff. And I think that's something we could say we haven't had in a long time.
Right.
But it has to evolve. It has to get better.
Yeah, man. I think Tibbs knew, though, that he didn't have two-way players. Most of the guys he was playing were one-dimensional.
Yeah.
Like Taj is a hustle guy, right?
Yeah,
but then when you ask, well, what does Taj do good? You're like, yeah, Taj is a hustle guy.
Yeah.
That's it. Nerlens Noel is a shot blocker.
Bullock is a catch and shoot guy with an occasional one dribble pull up.
Right.
And if he's off, we're going to depend on him for his decent on-ball defense.
Right. Alec Burks is a scorer.
Swiss Army knife guy. Does a little bit of everything.
Right. So you have these guys, and they have flaws in their game, and every roster is going to have flaws in it, right?
All right.
But Tibbs understood his coming out of training camp, so I give him kudos for that.
Yeah. So
he didn't experiment as much.
And I'll give him a pass this year on that, because I do understand. Like, I was one of those people when I saw the roster this year, I'm like, ugh. I'm seeing 22, 23 wins this season with this roster.
So let me tell you this. I said on this show before the season started, and you're going to swear up and down I'm lying, but the chat will co-sign for me. Because they, you know what I'm saying? But at the beginning of the season, I predicted 42 and 30. You
got the video to back that up?
Yeah, somewhere. I got it somewhere. But
it must have been around that season, around the beginning of the season, preseason. Okay.
But I said it all year, because remember the Knicks were 2 games under 500 in January, and I was still saying 42 and 30. And we finished 41 and 31, right? And so I was like, oh my. And ironically, the game that messed it up for us was the Lakers game that went to overtime. When Derrick Rose didn't box out Wesley Matthews, and he got a tip in at the buzzer.
Yep.
I was like, God dog it, Derrick Rose. But I'm gonna say this because I want to get the chat fired up. I'm about to get the chat fired up, and I know I'm gonna get roasted in sidebar conversations. Right? So chat, here's my thing.
Unpopular opinion. Unpopular opinion alert. Go ahead.
Yep. Derrick Rose is no longer a point guard. Derrick Rose is a Lou Williams type player right now. And if you ask, and in my opinion, do you want to bring back a guy that's injury prone? Do you want to bring back an injury prone Lou Williams for about $15 million a year for the next 3 seasons? No. So I know Jay Williams is going to be like, Yo, Uncle Freezy, that's blasphemy, son. How you gonna say Derrick Rose ain't the Yo, Derrick Rose ain't the guy. He ain't. I saw Derrick Rose.
I don't think did anybody claim he was the guy?
Right. I'm here to tell you though, bro. So I don't know if you noticed or not, but we went to Game 4 in Atlanta. Like a bunch of the Blorange family, we went to the Game 4 in Atlanta. Oh,
you did?
Right? Yeah, yeah. We had a suite, man. It was good, man. It was nice, bro.
Really?
Yes, we got us a suite, and so we were watching the game from up top. And regardless what your TV said, it was not a packed Atlanta Hawks house, right? It wasn't packed in there. It wasn't capacity. It wasn't sold out. The Hawks didn't sell out. And the crowd was about 60-40 Knicks fans. Mm-hmm. So it's like 60% Knicks fans, 40%. Free Keith is in the building. What's good? So we was there, right? And I watched Derrick Rose repeatedly see Nerlens Noel wide open, Taj Gibson wide open, right? And did not attempt to pass them the ball out of the pick and roll at all. He looked, hey, bro, you know how like a couple is about to propose and they looking at each other in the pupils like ain't nothing else going on. They just locked in eyeball to eyeball. Derrick Rose looked at Nerlens Noel eyeball to eyeball like that and like, no.
Yeah. Tom gave you the green light.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, yo, just go to the basket and I'm gonna run in behind you like a tailback dive. Right? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come back like Emmitt Smith and Moose Johnson. You go block and I'm gonna run in behind you, and then Derrick Rose will throw it.
Yeah.
And Free Keith is like, Uncle Freezy, why you always be slandering Derrick Rose? Hey man, because he ain't it, bro. He ain't it.
I don't know anybody that can claim he is it. That's the crazy part. So there's people that are claiming that? That's crazy.
Yeah, Derrick Rose is washed, bro. Derrick Rose is
I wouldn't go that far, Freezy. Look, Derrick Rose could be still extremely serviceable. I'm just saying that, if people are thinking that like he's going to be averaging 20, 22 points a game and stuff, that's completely ridiculous.
Hey, Shot Legacy says, yo, DNP stands for Derrick not playing. Yo, y'all be hilarious in the chat, yo. DNP stands for Derrick not playing.
So if you were a GM, right, what would you give Derrick Rose?
Nothing.
What? So he's gone.
Gone.
Second leading scorer.
Yes.
In the playoffs.
Yep.
Yo, you're tripping, yo.
Bro,
you're tripping.
And so think about what I'm about to tell you, bro. All right. So when it came to guarding Trae Young, how did Derrick Rose do?
Oh, come on, man. That's a lot of people, man.
That's a lot of people, right? I got you. Maybe that wasn't fair. What about Derrick Rose staying healthy in the playoffs?
He was healthy.
No, he got hurt. He got hurt, man. He got hurt in Game 3.
Did he still put up 20-something in Game 4?
But he gave up like 40 because he was hurt and didn't tell nobody. Right? And then how about the facilitating? Did he get
No, there was no facilitating.
Right. So what I'm saying is Derrick Rose. What I'm telling you is I would like for my second unit point guard to at least look to pass. Second unit point guards usually just come in and eat. Right? That's what they want to do. They got the ultimate green light, right? Second unit point guard, their job is not to facilitate because that's the starter's job. Right?
Yep.
But the second unit point guard is like, the Derrick Rose.
I got you, Freezy. Look, listen. That's why I'm so big. Like, if the Knicks were to hire me as a scout, I will have a long list of guys for them that are able to create shots for themselves and create shots for others and understand how to read defenses and have a decent ball handle with a decent catch and shoot. This is how my scouting report will look like. Because I'm tired of these scoring little guards that could get themselves a bucket, but nobody freaking gets better around them.
Right. And so that's what's happening with Derrick Rose.
Right.
That's what's happening with Derrick Rose. So if you go, say for instance, if you go get you a point guard in the draft, I'm bringing that rookie point guard off the bench. So I no longer need Derrick Rose because now I have the rookie point guard and Luka Vildoza.
Yo, you swear Luka's going to start, and you haven't even seen 1 inch of game footage on him.
No, I plead the fifth on Luka. I don't know what he is.
Okay,
right?
So don't say he's going to start.
Right, but what I'm saying is go get you a starter. You have Luka, and you have your rookie PG. Goodbye, Derrick Rose. I like Derrick Rose. I like Derrick Rose, bro. I like Derrick Rose. I like his leadership.
No, you don't. You want him off the squad.
Goodbye.
You don't like him.
Derrick Rose, don't wear out your welcome, bro.
He's an acquaintance. He's not a friend.
Yeah. Derrick Rose is a dude that show up with the dude with your homeboy.
And you offer him water, but he only gets 1 slice of pizza.
Yeah.
I got you.
Like, bro, you want a slice? You want to eat too?
Ah, shit. Man, here's a slice, man.
So
Yeah.
the thing with D Rose is I'm looking at this long term, right? I'm not looking for like the playoff run. If we were just like, yo, we got two years of playoff runs in us, and then we're gonna blow it up. Hey, sure, bring back Derrick Rose, right? If we just like the next 2 years, we all in for the next 2 years, bring back Derrick Rose, right? But if we looking to build around a dude, our star is 26. He'll be 27 when the season starts. Mm-hmm. And our second best player just turned 21, right? Mm-hmm. And then we got guys that the guys that are signed right now are all 23 and under. Mm-hmm. Why would you bring back a 32-year-old point guard?
I have an answer for you. Because if I was a GM, I would give him a year 5, year 6, or something like that. And I'll tell you why. Because we're still in talent acquisition phase. And just in case my guys need to develop a little bit more, I have an insurance policy in Derrick Rose that I know he'll come off my bench and he'll be extremely productive.
Right.
I just don't want to throw that away. I don't want to throw that away and have guys get used to each other and, we get off to a bad start because chemistry is still building and guys are still getting to know each other's games. And so that's an insurance policy there. So like, for example, right, a perfect world, right? Should we draft Sharif Cooper, which I hope we do. But if we draft Trey Mann, I ain't mad at that either.
Right.
And let's just say like Sharif just like blows us away, bro. And like he's just finding dudes on the court and everybody just looks better. And let's just say, for example, right? And let's say Luka could really play.
Right.
And let's say he's our backup point guard.
Right.
I don't lose anything.
Right.
And just in case, say Luka doesn't work out and say Sharif ain't that, I still got Derrick there. And he's still going to put him 14, 15.
Bro, Derrick Rose, man. Free Keith, what's good?
What up? What's going on, chat? What's the deal, D?
Yo, Free Keith, what's up, brother?
Salute, soldier.
Wait, the sun is out where you at?
Nigga, the sun is always out where I'm at. How about that? How about that?
It's raining cats and dogs over here.
Yeah, you hold that. It's raining cats and dogs out over there because of your heinous ass takes. That's why. You get what you give. You get what you give, soldier.
Oh, he wants to give up D Rose for nothing.
For nothing, bro. What did D Rose do to you? Who hurt you, bro? Are they up here? Yo, I'll touch them up for you. Who hurt you, bro? Like, I don't understand that. This is literally, I know you be trying to stir stuff up, but this is literally the worst take you've ever had, bro.
Me?
Bro, Bruv, nobody on this green earth who likes D Rose thinks that D Rose should be the guy. You're bugging out. Like you're having a conversation. You're having an argument against yourself. That's like nobody on anybody. The biggest D Rose supporter knows that he's not going to be the main number one guy. But like, name me a second unit PG that a second unit PG that he can't eat. Period. Stop it. That's how he's our Lou Will. I'm holding on to him. That's our Lou Will. Let's hold that.
I agree with you.
Let's hold that. That's our Lou Will. Let's hold that.
He's Lou Williams right now. And if I had to get a Lou Will, I would rather go get Jordan Clarkson.
And I think like cats are a little bit too. I'm not even. I just ignored that he even said that. So like, you see how I'm just jumping into like that. That was retarded. So like, cats actually like we look at things and we just look at the numbers. Like we look at the numbers and we don't look at like the byproduct of stuff that get to the numbers. Like you want a guy like D Rose on your team because why? Not only is he a vet that understands how to win, is focused on winning, is not afraid of the big moment, he's also productive on the court. Why do you get rid of somebody like that? You don't, because the team needs that. Like it's. I don't want to bring another young Freezy.
And you can play him in the last 3-4 minutes of a game.
That's what I'm saying.
He can get his own bucket.
Like, dude, like that's a guy. Like, oh, like everybody is ain't nobody hitting. Send in Rose. Like he getting his bucket. You know it.
Look, we don't
have many of those.
I give Freezy on the stance that Rose could be on a total scoring mentality and have tunnel vision, and that may hurt the development of some of the younger guys. I get that. I get that. And he's right on that. And I agree with him on that.
And you can't even get, bro, Obi Top. Come on,
man. Listen.
What are you talking about, Obi Top? He's Obi's best friend. He looks for Obi. You bugging out. That's what I'm saying.
Nah, he would miss him a lot, Keith. Not just Obi. Dude, I just mean like in general. Like
him coming opened up Obi, and we all saw it.
Right.
We all saw it.
Right. And
his effect is best. Actually, it's best seen, and I'm gonna say it. It was even in the playoffs. His effect on Obi and IQ were the two guys that I most saw his influence on. Happenstancely, they were also among the few cats who performed during the playoffs. They were ready to play.
I think that's a far-fetched statement to say that Derrick Rose unlocked Obi.
I didn't say. I mean, there's more locks there. There's more locks there. He's a young cat.
Okay. Good,
I'm not talking about physical, like basketball skill wise, but like you can see the poise that these cats, those two in particular, had during the playoffs. I don't think that I think it's being overlooked.
I wouldn't say this, that they enjoyed playing with Derrick Rose a lot more than they would have Elfrid Payton.
Right.
Okay, so, I mean that's that, but see, you pulled Elf into it, but like it's really not about.
You love Elf, man. You love.
No, I appreciate him as a dinosaur. Like he's definitely a PG of the PGs that I like. You know what I'm saying? He just couldn't shoot, and it's weird because like if he could shoot, he wouldn't even be a conversation thing right now. But. I'm just talking about the outward effect from the time he got here on those particular two. I don't think that is not among the reasons why they were so comfortable looking in the playoffs. Like Obi had his best part of the season in the playoffs, ready to go.
Agreed.
I don't dispute that. But
I mean, I'm not saying skill wise, yeah, you got the coaching and this, that, and the other, but like, I think you got to have vets on your team, and I think like Rose's the top tier vet to have. Period, hands down. Period.
Right, and so what I'm saying is the leadership aspect of it, I don't dispute. The dude is top notch, A+. He deserves a medal for leadership, right? But what I'm saying is we were comparing Derrick Rose's impact on Quickly and Obi to Austin Rivers and Dennis Smith Jr.'s impact on Obi and Austin and IQ. It's not even a fair comparison because anything would have been better than what Austin Rivers and Dennis Smith Jr. did with Obi Toppin and Emmanuel Quickly. Derrick Rose only played 35 games with us. The other amount of games, what's it that I can't remember, but whatever it was a small number. But
that's half. That's damn near half.
Right, but whatever the other number is, Obi Toppin was playing with Austin Rivers, Frank Ntilikina, and Austin Rivers.
He wasn't playing with Frank Ntilikina because Frank Ntilikina
Frank wasn't playing with that unit.
So like I'm not throwing him no shots. Like, but he wasn't there, so he's not part of that equation that you're building right there.
Right. So what I'm getting at is
neither is Knox.
The thing I'm getting at though, bro, is the little things with the second unit get overlooked because Derrick Rose scored the basketball. But what about getting others involved? What about playing defense? He was.
Yo, we're on a top defensive team, bro. Like, he was there for that too.
Right.
We survived. We survived him not being the best defender on the team. We survived. We need his offense. We need more offense.
Yeah, stop using that Trae Young stuff because even Ben Simmons was having a tough time with him.
No, Ben Simmons.
Yo, I'm about to shut that down right now. Like,
no,
our defense games 1 through 5 was not the problem.
No, it wasn't, and you're right. I'm not arguing.
We still held them under the lowest scoring percentages of their season and of the playoffs.
The offense was just terrible.
Our offense, and this is my argument to cats, yo, dude's been on there no, defense wins chips. Not when you don't have no offense. Not when I can steal the ball and I still can't get the ball in the hole.
Right.
Yeah, agreed.
No, nobody's disputing that. What I'm saying is this: if so, you got to tell me what direction we're going in. If it's all in for the next 2 years, bring them back. But if you're talking about bringing something long term, 4, 5, 6 years, no.
I wouldn't do that.
Does he have 5, 6 years in him? You bugging out? Ain't nobody talking do no dumb stuff. I'm cool. I'm cool on a reasonable contract for the next 3 years. I'm cool on that.
Oh,
I give him 1 year, 5.
3 years. God.
1 year, 5.
Yeah.
I'm not disrespecting him by putting him in that kind of ain't nothing wrong with his health for real. He's a top performer. I'm at least give him that 1 and a possible. I'm gonna give you the 2 years and the one one of them is a team option. But I'm not gonna disrespect you and put you on some 1 year journeyman joint. Come on, man.
So you saying you all in for 2 years?
No, I'm saying at least. Or I should say, let me see your. I'm gonna give you just so I have an out. I'll make a team option, but I'm gonna give you the extra year. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's just a little bit disrespectful. There's nothing. His ability is up. He was one of the top performers. He's coming in good to go. The continuity being a thing, that's for real.
This is why I say this, Keith. This is why I say this because if quickly Luka or one of our draft picks pop. Or 2 of them pops, Derrick Rose probably won't be as serviceable as he was this past season.
Fine.
That's why. So I'm saying that I want him because he's my insurance policy. Wait, hold on. Just let me finish it, and then you go. I'm just saying that I want him because he's my insurance policy just in case. Because I know he's going to come off the bench. He's going to give me an automatic 15, 16. And I know I can play him the last 3-4 minutes of a game. So that's my argument with that.
So my thing is this: if you go get you if you go get your James Bouknight like we was talking about before,
I wouldn't, but you go.
But so if you get your Bouknight or your young guard, that automatically means somebody has to be removed from the equation.
Yeah.
Right? Is it Quickly or is it Vildoza?
No, not necessarily.
Not necessarily. You're talking about interchangeable guards. There is no.
Yeah, right.
There is no pure PG among them.
Right.
All of them could either be 2 guards or 1 guard. It's
The only one that might happen to is if we draft Sharif Cooper. That might be the only one that might be stuck in a spot like that because Trey Mann can play the 1 and the 2.
Right.
So
it's just
you know who we're overlooking too? That brother from Baylor, not Mitchell, the other brother.
Ayo. No, that's from Illinois.
He's talking about Butler. Jared
Butler. Is it Jared Butler? No,
yeah,
that's not his name.
Yeah, that's him. But he has a heart condition, so the Knicks are not going to take a chance on him. He got a heart condition. You talking about the point guard from Baylor?
Yeah, him. He's got game. And I understand he has a heart condition, but Michael Porter Jr. had a back condition too, and we passed up on him.
It's different when a dude could just drop dead on the court, It's different.
No, that's true though.
That's different. That's a different kind of like trauma that you just inflicted on some poor 6-year-old that was just watching his favorite team.
Right.
That's true.
And so what I'm saying is so with the Knicks guards, because you already have Vildoza, right? You already have Quickly, right? And you're talking about bringing back D Rose, right? And then you're talking about maybe drafting a point guard, whoever it is, Cooper, Mann, whoever. And then one of the vets is going to come back. I believe they're going to bring back either Burks or Bullock, right?
Yeah.
And RJ. Are you so now you got all these dudes in the backcourt. So what are we really doing? So what are we really doing? You got, in my opinion, if you bring back Derrick Rose, it's got to be in limited minutes. My man has to legit be in a certain role, right? None of this Derrick Rose playing 31 minutes. That's out. Right?
Yeah, well, high ball usage, right?
Right. No, that's out. You got to play Derrick Rose in 20 minutes, right, and then let him finish games to the point that you said.
Right. Yeah, if it calls for that, right?
Right.
Dude, I think we're also neglecting the kind of sets that we're going to see running. Like I think, or lineups, I should say. I think we're going to see a lot of two guard lineups.
Yeah. Even
you know
three guard,
like he can play any one of those PGs listed. He can play with. Like there's a world of possibilities. Like that's why I'm not mad at like giving him like a respectable decent deal. Like dude, like his use is like Cat was calling Frank a Swiss Army knife, but I feel like that's more like what Derrick Rose is.
I feel Burke is a more Swiss Army knife.
I think
I dig it. I think it's just because he's bigger and at a different spot that he's more needed at.
Right. I would say Derrick Rose needs to facilitate more. And the reason Julius Randle led the team with 6 assists per game, and the Knicks were 29th in the league in assisted baskets.
That ball was not moving, bro.
Right. That's what I'm telling you. Hey, if Ghetto in
but the offense of itself was slow, so that doesn't lend to very high passing.
And I think we need to be grounded in reality with something.
Right.
How the front office pulled their moves during the offseason with these free agents last year, I can really see a similar thing happening this year.
Yeah.
Maybe. I feel like if they don't get who they want, I'd agree.
Because I don't even think they're shooting for the stars like that. I think we're still in talent acquisition mode. And I think that we're still developing the young guys. We're still developing the core of our roster. And I think we're going to see a similar thing to last year.
I don't disagree with that, but I also feel like Tibbs ain't about that life. Like, I definitely see
Tibbs better change.
No. It really depends on what they do with these picks, right? Like, if they trade these picks out, you know what you already know what kind of direction that they thinking. Like, we building, we strapping up right now. Get strapped right now. They getting, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if there are no moves made with these picks, then okay, what you're saying may be correct. Me personally, I do not think that we are walking out of this draft season with this offseason with 4 rookies.
Yeah.
I do not think so. I
Now,
don't think so at all.
don't get me twisted.
No one can convince me of that.
now, don't get me twisted though. If Brandon Ingram is available and the Pelicans ain't asking for something outrageous, I'll take a swing on that.
That's what I was saying before. I think it's all availability dependent. I feel like if the guys that they really want, the Dames or
I'm not going that far.
I mean, no, I'm just like talking about tiers of individuals. Like, you know what I'm saying? Your Dame tier, whoever that may be. Your Brandon Ingram tier, whoever else fits in. If they can't shake one of those guys loose, I can totally see them just like, okay, let's keep the party going.
Right. For me, there's a very selective group of, like it's only Brandon Ingram and maybe like another guy or two I would consider to do something like that.
I put this on wax. I fully expect us to come out of this offseason with Lonzo Ball and somebody and somebody like in some weird wild, oh wow, I didn't even know they would take that trade, kind of like Levine.
You see, my issue with Lonzo is that he still doesn't address the issues that we have offensively. He doesn't address them.
Well,
he can't break down the defense. He can't really create his own shot. And in breaking down that defense, he can't really create for others. He can't do those things.
I feel he controls an up-tempo pace better. I feel like
we don't play up-tempo.
No, but that's what I mean. I feel like adding that level of distribution to what he provides, and also like the fact that now cats legitimately have to guard him from the 3-point line because his shot is up. He definitely adds to the creation of space, and he does playmate. He has a nice ball IQ, and I don't. Like, I'm not paying him like he's a superstar, but I feel like he's a just gettable in a right where Randall was a year and a half ago kind of situation. And I think like him, he's a good target for one of those Randall type jumps. And you don't even the balls, they operate off of a certain different level of like juice and enthusiasm. I just feel they've been wanting the bright lights of New York, and I feel like he will perform.
Look, let me show you an example, Keith. His brother, LaMelo, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He can break down the defense.
Oh, that's not a discussion. If you're trying to convince me about it's LaMelo over Lonzo all day.
Right,
and yes, for the things that you're all about to say.
Right.
So yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So our issue.
But he ain't available.
No, and I get that. But I'm saying for me, in my eyes, Lonzo ain't there either, because I noticed in the Hawks, and we talked about it. We just had a problem just getting shot creation for others and guys for themselves. That was the issue. We just
we also had a big that couldn't. We also had bigs that couldn't draw their defensive big out of the paint.
Right.
That's very true.
We also had that too. Like, had we had a 5 that was a mild threat from mid range, a mild threat from range, like we see a different game. I tell you that.
Right. Let's say, but also say, for example, if say RJ's on the other side, say Julius is getting doubled on one side, right, and RJ's on the other side. And we're confident we can swing that pass to RJ and RJ break down the defender, right? Now it causes Capella to come up now.
Right.
You see? So I agree with you. Yeah, not having a big there to join.
That made Capella camping out, right? Being able to camp out with no need to step up to go to defend his opposing big threes or like Capella around the rim, like that's a no-fly zone. And like, okay, you're shuffling it to Randall. He's running the offense. He's getting triple plus having to run into Capella. and the rest of the dudes that's guarding him, because Capella has there is nowhere that he needs to be but in the paint.
Yeah. I mean, he could have rolled an OZ down there. I mean, I
was watching game after game, and and the fact that they so trusted that the dudes that he would pass to wouldn't hit, like they let D Rose live. I mean, I'm not like D Rose did his thing. I'm not saying D Rose didn't do his thing, but like they lived with him eating.
Yeah.
As long as they were able to focus on shutting down Randall, because they trusted that nobody else would be able to get it done. It was right.
And that's why I was saying earlier to Freezy. I was saying earlier to Freezy that's why we have to look at Atlanta, for example, and see how they have multiple guys that do the same things as far as they're able to put the ball on the floor, they're able to create their own shot, they're able to operate in the pick and roll, and they're able to spread the floor. We don't
outside of their five, they have a very what's the new term? Positionless basketball kind of feel about their team.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. We don't have that. We don't have that available.
Few teams have that.
And those few teams that do have it are successful.
There's something to it, but you really have to find the right guy.
Okay. All right.
Just look at tonight. Look at tonight's game. We got Booker and we got Chris Paul, right? So you got two of your lead guards that can take anybody almost.
And both of them can be either on ball or off ball.
Yeah, it just opens up everything for everybody. Drew Holiday, what's his name? Middleton and Giannis can operate and get space. They can operate a pick and roll. They could get their own shot. They could get others involved. This matters.
But I feel like it's weird though, because I have to say this about Randall during the season. Mm-hmm. He definitely was trying to force feed him. There was games, it was annoying me how much he was literally you at the rim, you still dishing it out. All right, no, that's a shot you take. You could see he's done it with Frank, he's done it with Bullock. He literally tries to get guys going, and I appreciate that. I need to use more judiciously.
And I also need him to read the floor better at key moments of the game.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
My only thing with that statement is I need Randall to have better playmakers that get open for Randall to pass to.
Agreed.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because
ability of talent. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the thing about Randall holding the ball too long is kind of halfway him, but halfway dudes. When you got Nerlens Noel at the top of the key, you're like, oh, do I pass that there? You know what I'm saying? Or Reggie Bullock with a man already on him in his area. Do you pass it to Reggie Bullock and force Reggie Bullock to dribble and make a play? So it's like these weird.
And that's why I didn't understand, Freezy, why we didn't have more off-ball movement, knowing those type of limitations.
But it was the off-ball movement that was the problem.
No, I think it's skill was the problem.
Oh, okay, I'll give you that, because I felt that him and Reggie had a nice little we're building a nice little chemistry. Even during this, they were doing the same things during the playoff game. Reggie wasn't hitting.
Yeah, but that didn't branch out to anybody else, Keith.
Right.
Echo in the show.
Oh, what's going down?
Jay Boogie's in the building. What's good?
Jay Beasley.
What's good, Jay Boogie?
What's good?
What's going on? It's a major echo in the show.
I don't know.
I don't know what to tell you.
I can't hear the echo, bro.
It's
Yeah,
a delay.
Me neither.
Yeah, Jay,
Maybe you got the YouTube on at the same time you got into the stream, because that happens.
It was going on before I came on.
okay.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't hear it, too. Let me see what we can do. All right, hold on, y'all. Be patient with me. Hold on.
Yeah, I thought it was gravy up until he said that.
Did somebody in the chat mention anything?
He's putting his ear to the phone. Oh man!
He's like,
Yo, so
Dad, give the phone to Mom.
Yeah, hey, so is it Rainier, where you at, boss?
Where I'm at? Oh man, I texted to you, man. Ain't nothing but bears, lions, giraffe, alligators, and tigers, man. When you said that earlier, what was going on in NC, that's what's going on in NC.
Yo, it's crazy.
That major storm is coming.
Yeah, we're not getting hit here in New York until tomorrow.
Oh yeah, it's definitely on your way up there. I just left from Jersey yesterday.
Yeah.
And I ran in a storm.
Man.
How y'all guys doing, man? Y'all doing all right? Y'all blessed? You safe? You healthy? What's up with you?
Maintaining. What's up with you?
Yeah, putting up with it.
Yeah,
I had a long ride yesterday and a long conversation to myself. And this is what I came up with me, man. And I'm just gonna bring it to the table. The only person I want this year, this time to this team, is Kyle Lowry. I want Lowry on this team because we don't have no leader. We don't have Julius face. We don't have nobody that's going to grab RJ by his jersey, tell him what he needs to do. And if you go back to Toronto, all the way when Toronto won the championship, they did a one-step move and won a chip. The Lakers did a one-step move after LeBron and got Davis and won a chip. Now the Phoenix Suns just did a one-step move and they on the verge of winning a chip. But they built everything else through the draft. So I'm saying to myself, why we can't continue to build in this draft right here, right now.
There you go.
Get us a couple of pieces and swing for the fences like those guys did. Because how much better is CP3 besides a bigger name and that State Farm commercial better than Kyle Lowry? I mean, that's what I'm asking. CP ain't got a ring yet, but Lowry got one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wait. Are you saying that CP3 and Lowry are around the same tier?
Yeah, you had me almost until that part.
No, what I'm saying is,
because I'm taking CP3 every day, all day, and twice on Sundays.
He's better than him in a lot of different ways, but.
Okay.
Also, Larry is better than him in some ways. I'm talking about extra tough.
He's younger.
Diving on
He's
the
tougher.
floor, taking
He's tougher, yeah.
and getting in the teammates' faces. You know what I'm saying? When it happened, not after it happened. You know what I'm saying? They got different areas.
CP's the much better coach.
Oh, yeah.
CP3 is the much better coach.
I'm not saying he's not a better facilitator, but what we need.
No, coach. He's the much better on
holding guys accountable, putting guys in their right spots on their spot, stuff like that.
So, but you saying
a literal resume of raising young dudes on different teams.
Okay, I understand it, but you saying Larry can't do that?
He hasn't done it yet. I'm not saying he can't do it. He hasn't been in position to do it, but I know who has done it.
But what I'm saying is, who went past LeBron during that time? They always got eliminated by LeBron.
Kawhi went past LeBron.
No.
Not them. Kawhi got them past LeBron.
No. What I'm saying, they didn't play LeBron.
LeBron was with the Lakers.
LeBron was with the Lakers. I mean, it was Kawhi's presence that put them over the top, though. It wasn't what Lowry did.
Okay, but what I'm saying is when Toronto got eliminated in the playoffs, when LeBron was in the East, it was always LeBron.
Okay.
LeBron got rid of Toronto. Nobody else. So
yeah,
you can take
they had some kind of phobia.
Well,
That just means that they were better than the other scrub teams that was in the very weak East.
Okay,
That don't mean nothing more than that. LeBron is the best player of the last 15, 18 years. Come on, like,
I get that.
His team won.
I get that. So who else was eliminating them guys? I'm just saying.
But the East in general was whack, was soft. The weak was the East was the weaker conference.
I'm not talking about the conference. I'm talking about who they was losing to. I'm not talking about what's strength and all that. I'm talking about who always eliminated Toronto. I'm just saying for our team, I like Larry on this team, and I want to keep everything that we earn and deserve, our cap space. I don't want to give none of that to nobody. I want to just build right here. And right now, I think Larry is the best situation that we can put on our team because he's a free agent. We don't have to go trade for nobody. And he can lead us, man. I know he can lead us. That's our missing piece. You mean to tell me we can't use 18 and 9 assists and a 40% three-point shooter? That's a dog on D.
I'm gonna humbly disagree with you, Jay Boogie. And only this. It's only because of his age. That's really my only concern.
I just don't think that he's the one piece away that we are.
I don't think
you're overhyping him. Like, I definitely think, like, I would take Lowry. He's a plus. He's a plus player. I do like his toughness. I think he's highly durable, which I'm seeing now in the NBA is becoming more and more. It should be a friggin' stat now because durability is a thing in the NBA now. So, like, that I appreciate. So, like, you could count on him being there physically night in, night out. I'm not mad at that, but like I still need more pieces.
But I'm not saying he's not the only piece, but that's a valuable piece that we need. We talk about.
I wouldn't be mad at it. I'm not aiming for him. I wouldn't be mad at it though.
I'm not saying he's the final piece. I'm just saying that's a great piece to start with, and plus he got credentials. Who to say, who he can bring with him? He got credentials. But I just like Larry, starting off with Larry, you know what I'm saying, and then draft a point guard in the draft and let him school and educate him.
I just want to see what we got in Luka and IQ first. Really?
Yeah, I want to see. I want to see how the youth booms, bro.
Yeah, like I'm burning to get to the summer league, man. Like, I just want to see what.
So you ready?
Because I think no. It's not a matter of if I'm ready or not. Like, personally, if I was to say as a snapshot of now, this moment, no, I don't think so. But like, I'm a person who's very big on the fact that all of the accomplishments we saw this last season was on the back of little to no offseason. I am very, very, very much looking forward to what happens now with the development staff and Tibbs and the coaching staff's ability to now like focus in on guys' weaknesses and like really develop this, that, and I personally feel like so much is coming out of this offseason that Cats is going to be mad that no huge moves are made or the huge move that they wanted wasn't made and not even realize that we coming out with a gangbuster team, Like,
hey, Boogie, let me ask you a question. How much are you paying Kyle Lowry?
20 mil, 25 mil.
I'm giving Kyle Lowry a 2-year deal. I ain't got no problem with giving him 50.
Okay, 2 years, 50.
2 years, 50.
Ooh.
Well, the good news behind that though is the second year he becomes an expiring contract. So like really like that's not a bad player. He's durable. So like I don't see his quality dropping. Quality of performance dropping in the next 2 years. He becomes a very valuable contract that second year. I'm not mad at that, really. I'm not mad at that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad at that.
So 25 mil, which is eating up half the cap space.
That's the thing.
That's how I'm analyzing it. I'm like,
That's the thing. Cats be making their moves like this is 2K. It's not. It's real bread and real limited space for the bread to move. This is why I think like relationships matter. The stuff that Cats don't talk about or take seriously. Randall's relationship with the front office matters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Their ability to convince him to wait for the optimal time for them and this, that, and the other, like that matters. That and that only comes through relationship. So like I believe in this front office, yo. I believe in this front office.
Okay.
And Worldwide West is a greasy month. I ain't even gonna say that.
I'll trust them. I'll trust them after this offseason. I'm interested to see what they do. I'm interested in what direction they're going in. Like I said, I think it's going to be a little reminiscent of last year because they still have some pieces. We want to see how they develop. But this year is going to tell me what direction they're going in.
So. Facts. I 100% agree. I think everything hinges on this offseason. I think Leon knows that.
Oh, yeah. And especially the season we had.
Everything?
Dude, Cat, not everything. You know what? Not everything because, he's got a lot of accomplishments already to hang his hat on with very minimal moves.
Right.
Very minimal moves. And again, what amazes me, and Cats will tell me like, well, nobody had an off season. Well, everybody ain't get to the fourth seed with a ragtag bunch of misfits.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't do that on the fly, basically, with no off season. Imagine, like, I'm a proponent of keeping as many cats as possible and only making additions. That's really I want to see this run again with like a full off season. Run it back. Run it back.
No, they got to upgrade. No, Keith.
No, that's what I'm saying. I said additions.
Oh, okay.
I want to see fewer subtractions or more additions. That's what I want.
Okay.
Use the fuck out of those picks. Use the fuck out of those picks.
What's your additions to the team? Because I know what mine are. What's your addition?
Dude, I told you I'm going for Lonzo.
You love Lonzo.
Trade assets. That's what you want to do.
I want to trade picks. Our picks are going to get more useless by the day. I want to trade picks.
That's where.
Dude, hear me out. I'm not talking about all 1 year's picks. I'm not talking about that. Like we have a treasure trove. We have 7 first round picks over the next 5 years. Okay, that's fine. But in a situation like this year, we have four 2 first round picks, 2 second round picks. Come on, are we going to use all of those?
Keith, listen to me. We had a discussion yesterday. It was me, Freezy, and Rob, and they both emphatically agreed with this. The teams that have had 5 to 10 year runs, right, that became dynasties or became champions or became championship contenders throughout a 5 to 10 year period, developed their core through the draft.
And we did that. And it's fine. And we did that. Okay?
When did we do that?
Dude, we got our core, in my opinion.
See, I see that's where we might diverge because I don't believe we have our core yet.
Okay.
Right.
Well, this offseason will prove that. No problem. I think we got our core. I think we got our foundational core.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna say this real quick. I'm in line with part of what Jay Boogie said and part of what Free Keith is saying, because chemistry is important. But I also feel like what Jay Boogie said 2 weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago, was, you got to get your point guard, man, and then Rockwood, you got to school him and let him go take his lumps, because he's gonna be your leader. You know what I'm saying? And if we just go all in for this 2-year window and we don't win, guess what we doing in 2 years? We looking for the point guard of the future. Is that what we really want to do? Especially with this.
Unless you feel that person is there and just need somebody to develop behind.
Right. So what I'm saying is to me, I think Trey Mann, the point guard out of Florida, is the guy. Right. And I'm not, and y'all know me, the Free Keeper will contest to this. Right. Will attest to this. My goal has always been and always will be when you wake up, your main goal in the morning for the Knicks at all costs should be win every day. Period. Win. But
Okay.
I found a guy that I found a player that I think will contribute to my ultimate belief of winning every day, and that's Trey Mann. Because we've been missing a point guard that creates shots for himself, creates shots for others, can be a tertiary ball handler when somebody else is cooking. Unlike, like say for instance, unlike Elfrid Payton, when Randall is cooking, Elfrid Payton don't give you nothing, right? And I'm not.
The games that he blew up, numbers wise, like it was because other guys was lacking.
But right, and so I'm not knocking Elf. What I'm saying is, some guys are just can't be an off-ball playmaker when somebody else is cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Trey Mann can be an off-ball playmaker when RJ is cooking, when Julius is cooking, when whoever is cooking. And he can be a ball-dominant guard at the same time. Right?
Mm-hmm.
He did it at a high level and in a conference that's good. And so he solves issues. If we run it back, so to speak, which I'm kind of a fan of and kind of not.
And when I say run it back, I don't get it twisted. I mean run it like I don't mean like everybody's in the same starting position or like Burke is starting. I don't mean that.
But you mean like majority of the roster?
Yes, like keep them there and intact. Like let's just add even the example that Jay Boogie was making. Like I mean I don't feel as highly about him as he does, but like I agree with the mentality he was, the road that he's on. Like, yo, like add that dude. Like take somebody off the free agent pile that Tibbs can work with. Like if in the possibility you can't get your big fish or even your like the draft talent that you wanted, but like make sure you get somebody off the free agent pile that you can work with that'll be available and better than what you got now.
Right. And to further Freaky's point, just because you bring Bullock and Burks back, don't mean you have to keep them in the same role.
That's right. Exactly. I just want those bodies. The bodies, the group muscle memory.
Right.
You want to keep building that.
Right. No,
I know where Bully's at. I know where he's at on the court. I know how he like it. Like I'm gonna take these dudes over here so I can get it to them over there. Like you know it.
Right.
They have to resign Bullock and Burks this year, right?
Yeah, they have to decide on it.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
So yeah, man. So
everything good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel. Hey y'all. I gotta run. I got something coming up.
Oh hey.
I gotta wrap up right here. But listen, make sure you tune in for Knicks Freestyle with my main man's Free Keith and the Ghetto Intellect. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all check for that. That's gonna be popping. We're gonna do it more frequently. We're gonna put it out there. We hope y'all like it, but you know what I'm saying? You know, freestyle, Knicks Freestyle, it's a little bit more hardcore.
Are they gonna be spitting bars over like beats? I mean, what? You said freestyle?
Nah, that's me. That's me. I'm the boss spitter.
Okay.
I'm the ball spitter, man. That's what I do. But now
okay, big brother, you older than me.
Hey, OG, listen. I was in middle school when you was graduating, when you was going to prom. You know what I'm saying?
Both y'all older than me. Y'all beards are bigger than mine.
Nah. You already moved down south. You definitely older than me. I'm still 10 toes deep in this thing.
And one day you're gonna learn that's where the retired money need to be at, down south. You keep staying up there paying them high bills.
Hey, they don't call it old money for a reason.
You right as rain. You right as rain.
So yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, man. Make sure y'all check for the pod couple. Make sure you check for Knicks Freestyle, right? The Knicks Morning Drive. Unfortunately, the Knicks versus, we're gonna have to do a reset. We're gonna have to do a reset with Knicks versus. But and it's because of Chuck B, our man. He just can't do it because of a work schedule, right? He just can't do it. So we're gonna do a reset on that, but we got all that stuff soon come. The Blorange Tears Debate League Championship belt will be here today. I will have it on the show tomorrow. I'm gonna show it off. The Blorange Tears Debate League. Whoever wants a $300 Debate League Championship belt to put in their living room, letting everybody know that they know more about the Knicks than anybody else, can have it if they can beat 12 foes in season 1. If you know more about the Knicks than anybody else, says your peers, come get this belt. Come get it. I don't want it. The only reason why I have it is because I'm holding it for the eventual champion, and I don't want it back.
I disagree with that.
Sound like you a debater.
I am.
Sound like you a debater. We gonna do casting for season 1.
Hey,
signing people up.
That belt got to go to the Nature Boy. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
You owe him that belt. He is the champ.
He is the champ. He is the champ.
Sports Vibe is the champ.
Oh man, we had to do a reset. That's what I'm saying. Yep. We got to do a reset because people were complaining that I set it up for Sports Vibes. They said that Sports Vibes and Chuck B were my ringers. So we're gonna do it fair, open competition on the community tab, right? We're gonna do it on the community tab. And if Sports Vibes TV,
hold on.
come get it.
You mean to tell me they said you cheated for Sports Vibe over Hoodie Cav? Over Hoodie Cav?
Over Hoodie Cav.
Yes. Come on, chat. Come on, chat.
Hey, bro, I'm just So we got to do it a different way. We got to do it a different way. It's gonna be open to everybody. And listen, UPS said it'll be here today. Matter of fact, I might shoot a video when it show up. When it show up, I might shoot a video showing the belt. I'm gonna hold it up and all that stuff. And I want to give it away to the first person to 12. Right? The first person to 12 wins, I'm mailing it to your house. Right? All right. And so be on the lookout for Knicks Freestyle. It's a little bit more edgy than it's not gonna be all, you know what I'm saying, S and G's like the Pod Couple. The Pod Couple is dope. But Free Keith and Ghetto Intellect gonna get some topics and they're gonna go in on it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how it is. It's gonna be fire. Right?
What's good with it, baby?
If y'all want sharp takes, that's what that's gonna be. Right? But
hey, salute. I'm getting ready to run, y'all.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here too. So we're gonna do some previews for all that stuff. I'll holler at y'all, man. Y'all have a good day. I'll holler.
Y'all stay peace.
Peace.